Hi everyone, so I wanted to share with you today how I thin my seedlings when I grow them in a seed starting tray. Now I'm still starting a lot of my fall vegetables inside because we are still in the upper 80s, lower 90s. So if you're new to this channel, thank you so much for stopping by and watching our video, and we hope that you stay and you consider subscribing. And when you subscribe, make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time that we upload a new video. So let me go ahead and talk about a little bit of what we are planning. We still got some more in the house, but I have such a long list of things to do. What I've been doing is getting off of work every day and allowing myself an hour of garden time because I've got to get caught up on the inside. I have just got to get caught up with so many things, but I definitely want to keep on top of fall planning because I am a bit of a procrastinator. So since it is way too hot, I went ahead and decided to just go ahead and get as much started as I can. I am still trying to garden plan and see where am I going to put all of this because I continue to go to the orange and the blue box stores and pick up a few clearance plants and plant them in. And I know I got to save room, but I'll deal with that as the time goes on because what I really want to do also this year is do a bunch of succession planting so that we can have our fall garden going as long as possible. So what I have here is just a tray full of different varieties of greens. We have some Tuscany kale here, Creole collards in the middle. This is Moore's Heading cabbage collards. I grow these every year and they are so good. And then we have the Japanese red mustard. If you remember in one of my older videos, one of the ladies at a garden center about 45 minutes away, she told me to call her Old Lady Thompson. She introduced me to these and they are so good in salads. They add just a little bit of bite. Now we have 2 rows of what's called Little Hero spinach out of 2 rows, and these are, I want to give y'all the right number, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks to a row. So I planted 12 and I only got 7 spinach to germinate. Spinach for me is a little bit harder to germinate, but I'm definitely glad to see those 7 come up. And I'll talk about this in a minute about how I start my seeds. So let's keep going because sometimes I just go all over the place. Let me keep on track. Okay, so we have turnips right here. We have flash collards right here. This is the dwarf blue kale. We have Florida mustards. I tried those for the first time last year. Very good, and it gets really big. The leaves do. We have green wave mustard, I want to say, and a winter boar kale. Okay, so let me get back to what I was going to say. Normally when I am starting my seeds in a tray, depending on the quantity in the seed package is what dictates me how to plant. So for example, I got a lot of Tuscany kale in my seed package, so I planted these 2 or 3 per cell because that is going to help with my germination rate. Now, the spinach, I did not get a lot of seeds in that package, so I planted 1 per cell. So you can kind of see how I plant it. If I get a lot in the seed package, I'll do 2 to 3 per cell. If not, I'll do 1 per cell, and that's probably why we got a low germination rate of the spinach. So, okay, let's go ahead and let's move on because once again, y'all, I don't want to make this video too long. Okay, so when you start your seeds in the seed starting trays, if you notice, mostly all of the plants look alike when they come up. They have these leaves here called cotyledons, and these are basically the first leaves to emerge from the soil. Now what this plant is like part of the seed embryo, and that is really known as your seed leaves here, right here. Now these cotyledons, what they do is they provide nutrients to the plant until the true leaves actually begin to form on the plants. So what I normally do is when I get ready to thin my seedlings is I'll wait until I have at least 1 to 2 sets of the true leaves on here. A lot of people remove the cotyledons, or you can just let them drop off, which is what I do. I just let mine drop off because they'll eventually just drop off. So this, let me put this on a tripod and then I'll show you what I use and how I thin my seedlings. Okay, so when I get started, the first thing I have are these little cuticle snippers here. I feel like I can work a little bit better and handle the seedlings better than like a big pair of scissors, but you can definitely use what you want to. Now, I will advise some people, I have seen some people take the 2 that they don't want, or how many ever you started, and they'll pull them up, but you have to be careful when you do that. So I don't do it that way. What I'll do is I will first look at how many ever I planted. In this case, I planted 3. I will kind of look and examine and see which one I think, let me tilt this down, which one I think is the strongest of the 3, and I will cut the other 2 off. So just by me, okay camera, let's get right. Just by me looking at these 3, and it does not necessarily have to be the tallest or the biggest one. Just kind of look down at the stems and see which one you think is the strongest. So right here I can tell I'm going to cut this one out right here, and I'm going to turn, and what I do is I cut it at soil level. I just cut it right here, and that's why I love these little cuticle snippers, because you can handle them. You cut it at the soil level. Now let me tell you about these. I'm going to save these in a bowl, and they're not microgreens, but you can add these to a salad. Very good. Do not throw these away. Put them in your salad. So I'm going to put those in a bowl, and what I see, I'm just looking at the stem of each. They're kind of the same, but what I want to do is go ahead and get them down to 1 per cell, and so that way when I get ready to feed it in a few minutes, it can soak up all the nutrients itself, because what these have been doing is just kind of sharing the nutrients, but now I am thinning them out 1 per cell, and so this plant can get focused on growing. So I'm just going to go ahead and snip this one. Let me turn this way. I'm going to just snip it at the soil line. Just snip it off. And I'll go through each one of these cells looking at which one I think is the strongest, and I will snip them, put the ones you're not going to use in a bowl. Use those in your salad. Don't throw them away. And then you'll have 1 per tray, and that way they can go ahead and grow. Now since it's so hot, I'm probably going to have to pot up before the temperatures cool down a little bit. We have been getting about 68 to 72 as the lows, but during the day it's still hot. So most of the greens that we have here, they're all cool weather vegetables, and like I said, we're still getting low 90s, upper 80s, and I just feel like that's too warm to put out right now, because what you can do to some varieties of your greens that are for cool weather is you can cause them to bolt, and then once it bolts, it'll go to seed. So most of these here, they love cool weather, and especially for the greens like our collard greens, mustard greens, turnips, they actually do even better with a light frost, but I don't know when that'll be. Maybe sometime December, January, the taste actually gets sweeter. So I'm still going to plant them out when we get cool, but like I said, I want to do succession planting, and hopefully we'll get a frost and they'll get nice and tender. so we have all of our plants thinned right here, and as you saw, I went ahead and put my fish fertilizer in and splashed some a little bit also, so I definitely got to go in and take a shower because I don't want to smell like fish. But we have those fertilizing. I'll let them sit out here for maybe 1 to 2 hours before I go to bed. I'll definitely bring them back in. But I was going as slow as molasses, y'all, so that's why I stopped the video. But I just went through each one except the spinach, because you remember I planted those 1 per cell. Just went through and cut the ones to soil level, the ones that I thought were either didn't make the cut or were just a little bit smaller or thinner, or you know, just whatever. You just have to use your best judgment, look at each one of them and just figure out which one you think is the strongest, giving them a good feed, and so they'll bounce back. And like I told you, we definitely didn't get rid of those ones that we clipped. These will be perfect in a salad. You can add them in, so I'm going to go run these through my salad spinner and put these in my salad whenever I get ready to make it. So I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you, and as always, thank you so much for watching this video, and we hope you share it with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, we will absolutely love to have you as one, so make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and happy planting, happy gardening. Until the next video, bye bye. Thank you.